the time you get this letter, Walter, remember him, the man I married? Walter should be in Clinton, ready to work with you in your station for a few days. He needs help. It's pretty hard starting up a new service station out here, even with the help you've given us. Walter's a wonderful salesman, of course, as well as being a wonderful husband. Our Sinclair salesman has given us a lot of help, and he suggested that if Walter could work a few days in an established station like yours, he might pick up some ideas, because our business has been spotty, as you can see from Walter's figures. Some days we don't sell anything but gasoline and some oil. We've got to do something soon. Things are getting serious. Marty Sullivan is helping out here.
How are you going to sell a guy like that anything?
Oh, don't let old Marvin Scott get you all upset, Walter. He's always in a big hurry till he gets out on the road. Then he never drives that old bus more than 25 miles an hour. What'd you say to the old boy?
Just ask him if his oil was okay.
Well, how would he know whether his oil was okay?
Huh?
You might have asked that question another way.
I don't get you, Pop.
Well, you might have said, Mr. Scott, let me check your oil to be sure it's safe. That's the best approach.
Why? What's that do?
That starts them thinking about safety.
Safety?
Most people usually take a minute or two to play it safe. Try talking to them about saving some money on repair bills or maybe saving their necks. They'll usually listen.
You know, Pop, I think you got something there.
Come on. Let's move the display rack over to the pump island so the customers can't miss it. I'll let you know another secret. If you want to make money in this business all year round, if you want to stay in this business, you got to sell the full line straight across the board.
Meaning what?
Well, you've got to sell all your products, all your services to make a business pay.
Well, the way I figured, if you want to make more money, you concentrate on the items with the longest profit.
That's a good way to go broke. You've got to keep turning over your stock, or they'll be turning you under in deep red ink.
You mean you make more money selling this other stuff than you do in selling gas?
No, that's not what I mean. The only way you and I can make money is to sell what we have to the folks who come in here to buy. Just like the druggist, the grocer, or any other merchant down the street, right? How long do you think a druggist can stay in business if all he sells is drugs?
Not very long, I guess.
So he sells cosmetics, photo supplies, toys, magazines, fountain refreshments, and what have you. Why? Because he's trying to increase the total sales to each customer that comes in. He has to stay in business. He can handle only so many customers a day, so he tries to sell his customers everything they need.
I never thought of it that way.
Matter of fact, if the druggist didn't sell all those items often enough, he couldn't afford to stock and supply them. And if all he had in the store were just drugs, most people wouldn't stop in the first place.
I see what you mean. We've got to do the same thing in the service station business. You sure got a lot of savvy, Pop.
How much gas do you think that customer's buying from Freddie?
I'd guess about 10 gallons. That's where the pump stops.
But that's not where the selling stops. We've got to sell him more than gasoline if we're going to carry the other products and services he expects to find here. That's why Freddie and I give 5-point safety service to each customer. Gives us a chance to spot the customer's needs. We've got to find the other things the car needs, things we have to sell.
Yeah. But how do you sell a guy like Scott, who won't wait long enough for you to sell him anything?
Well, we can sell more in less time if we start part of the selling job before the customer comes in. Take that tire display out there. Here's some ideas I learned about displays from other dealers. If you put displays in the right place, where the customer can see them, and you make them big enough to see, then the displays will do part of your selling job for you. First, the display tells everybody that Ray Sanders is in the tire business, and that's important, because whether they need new tires or tire service, they know I can take care of them. Second, the displays do part of the selling job while we're busy at the pumps. They remind the customer of his tire needs. These are the things that have helped me sell more products and services, and this is the best approach.
Yeah, I got Goodyear tire displays too, but I don't always have time to put them out. And when I do, they don't seem to do me much good.
You've got to take the time to put up displays and point-of-sale materials, Walter, and you've got to put them into action if you really want to run a successful station. Oh, here comes another hurry-up customer. Let's see if I can show you how to put this tire display into action. Hello, Barbara. How are you? Good morning, Mr. Morrison. Hey, those tires of yours are getting pretty smooth. Why don't you let me put on some new Goodyear tires?
Not today, Ray. Got a family picnic to go to. In fact, we're on our way to pick up Barbara's mother right now.
Well, I hope you have a good time and a safe trip. You know, you're driving in the danger zone right now.
What do you mean, danger zone?
Well, let me show you. It'll only take a minute.
It is just about gone, isn't it?
Let me show you just how much is gone. Oh, Walter, will you get me that new tire, please? I think I can show you what I mean by the danger zone. Thanks, Walter. There's about 10% of the rubber left, and that's the danger zone. Because when you get down that far, your tires will puncture more easily. They are more susceptible to blowouts, too. And with the tread just about gone, they'll skid very easily on a wet surface. As a matter of fact, I wouldn't want to jam on the brakes on your car, even on a dry pavement, with the rubber getting as thin as it is. That's why we call it the danger zone. You're not only risking damage to your car and injury to the passengers, but it may actually cost you more money to keep those old tires rolling. That last 10% of the rubber really isn't worth fooling with. I'll tell you what, I'll buy that last 10% from you. Give you a generous allowance and some new Goodyears.
Sounds all right, Ray, but right now I don't feel like spending a lot of money for new tires. Just fill it up with H-C.
You know, you're not buying tires, Mr. Morrison. You're buying protection. For little Barbara here and for the rest of your family and your car, too. You've got a good car here. One bad skid could spoil it. And no matter how long you wait, you'll never get a better value or a better buy than these deluxe super cushion Goodyear tires. Why don't you let me put them on for you? You can use your Sinclair credit card and take 6 months to pay for them.
Well, let me think about it, huh, Ray?
Okay, sure. But don't wait too long, Mr. Morrison. You may have trouble.
That was a good pitch you gave him. Even got him out of the car and thinking about buying new tires. I think you got him sold, Pop.
I don't know about that.
Anyway, I see what you mean about getting the tire display into action, making it help you sell.
Yeah, but that let me think it over business. You've been telling me that for the last couple of months.
How long do you figure to keep on trying to sell a guy when he keeps stalling you like that?
Well, that all depends, Walter. If he needs new tires, he's got to buy them from someone. So I'll keep trying every time he comes in.
Why? Are tires your best item?
They're darn good profit items, all right. More than that, a tire customer can be one of the best customers you can have in a station.
Yeah? How come?
Well, take that job Freddie's working on in the lube bay. Better yet, let's look at it and you'll see why. Come on. Freddie, I've been telling Walter why tire customers are such good service station customers. Suppose you show him. This Gordon car is a good example.
You bet, Ray. Do you remember how Mr. Gordon happened to bring this car here in the first place?
That I do. It's your story and a good one. So go on, tell it to Walter. I think he ought to hear it.
Yeah, I'd like to hear it. It was one day last fall. I was riding along the highway. I'd been fishing, you see. And there's this car over on the shoulder, up on a jack. Looks like you need a little help, mister.
Yeah, but not the kind I've been getting. There's one thing worse than a flat tire, and that's two flat tires. What would you think of a service station that lets you get away in a fix like this?
Well, maybe you should have bought a couple of new tires before they got this bad. Didn't your service station tell you you needed new tires?
Yeah, they told me, but I thought they were just trying to load me up, so I put them off, and now my spare tire's flat. What am I going to do now?
There's a good Sinclair station up the road about 2 miles. I'm going up that way. I can have them send out a service car to help you.
Say, would you do that?
Why, sure.
Well, thanks a lot.
He's been coming back ever since.
Really paid off, huh?
It sure did. We sold him 2 new Goodyears right off.
Nice sale.
Besides the gas and oil, there are the other service items he needs to keep this car running. About 6 weeks ago, we did a polish job on this car. Come here, take a look under the hood. More service item sales coming up. I suppose it's starting to get a little soft. This battery is almost 2 years old. You'll need a new one soon. And you'll be needing spark plugs before long. Fan belts starting to fray. Oil filter's going to be replaced now.
As a matter of fact, Walter, this car now needs, or soon will need, just about every product and service this station has to sell. Here, take a look at this job ticket Freddie has written up. We'll show this to Mr. Gordon and explain the notes carefully. But I'll keep this sheet and file it as a follow-up reminder. Even more than this, the Gordon car should be ready for 2 more new tires in a couple of months, the way they drive it.
Well, doesn't the customer ever object to all these extras?
The only reason Mr. Gordon came to our station is because the other fellow didn't sell him what the car needed. And the only reason he keeps coming back to us is because he knows we're helping him keep his car in good, safe operating condition. You know, Walter, every time you lubricate a car, you have a swell opportunity to see what the car needs and to prepare yourself ahead of time to do a better selling job.
Dear Dad, Walter's first day back at our station has been so exciting. The vacation he had at your station must have done him some good. He used to have trouble getting our customers to stop long enough for him to try to sell them something. But now you ought to see him go into action in our station. Now he talks safety and economy, and do they listen. Yesterday he sold a whole set of tires to one of our regular customers. Walter says customers who need new tires are the best all-round customers for a service station because they need just about everything else a service station sells. I told you he's a smart salesman, Dad. Walter says if any dealer expects to sell more of his products, he has to be willing to spend a little of his own time in preparing himself for bigger sales before the customer comes in. Walter says one good way to do this is on the job ticket after a lube job. That job ticket is really sales dynamite, Walter says. Incidentally, Dad, Walter will be back with you for a couple of more days this week. And, Dad, don't let him work.
Yeah. Walter's catching on all right. He's beginning to see that all the products and services in his station tie in together. A car can't burn up gasoline without burning up rubber, too, and spark plugs, and fan belts, and batteries. The dealer who helps a customer to keep his car in good, safe running condition is doing two things at once. He's building a nice, profitable business for himself, and he's helping his customer to keep driving costs down. Good morning. Filled up with Power X?
Yes, please.
When you drove in, I noticed your left stoplight didn't seem to be working. If you'll step on the brake pedal, I'll check it for you.
All right, thank you.
Looks like the bulb is burned out. It'll only take a minute to replace it.
You might as well.
All right. Oh, will you put a new bulb in, Walter? All right. Oh, never mind. You take care of Scott. I'll finish this job. Him?
How about a tank full of Power X, Mr. Scott?
Nope, I've only time to make one phone call and use your washroom. And that's just about time enough for you to put in 6 gallons and make it regular. And don't spill any. Him trying to sell me Power X.
Best gasoline in the world, Mr. Scott.
Why don't you put a phone in here so a man can save some time?
I see your horn's working okay, Mr. Scott, but you've got a leak in your radiator hose.
What? Let me see.
Right here.
Dad nabbit.
It'll only take a few minutes to put on a new hose.
No, I gotta get to the post office before it closes.
I'll drive you over.
What, and burn up my own gas? I'll walk first.
I mean, I'll drive you over in our service truck.
You will?
Sure thing. Oh, Freddie, will you move Mr. Scott's car?
Well, come on, we're wasting time.
I know what you're going to say, Ray, but don't say it, will you? I should have put on those new tires last week when you told me. Can you fix this while I wait?
Oh, sure I can. But I can put on a new one just as fast. Then you wouldn't have to worry. You'll know you're safe.
Well, I haven't had a chance to check prices on new tires yet.
Mr. Morrison, you could do a lot of shopping around, I suppose. But you'll never find a better value than these Goodyear tires I've got on sale right now. I'll give you a good trade-in allowance on the mileage left in the old tires, like we talked about last week. You ought to have them on right now.
Well, sure need them, all right. All right, go ahead and put them on.
Dear Dad, just want to say thanks for letting Walter work at your station. We have a selling plan now that's really helping us to sell all our products. Gasoline, oil, tires, batteries, and all our services, too. I'll list these points so that you can use them, too, Dad. First, we talk safety and economy to the customer and try to sell him on the idea that our products and services will help save him money and trouble. Second, we prepare ourselves for doing a bigger selling job before the customer comes in by setting up displays we can actually sell from, and by more carefully checking and reporting to the customer on the job ticket just what his car needs. And third, we build up our business by giving friendly service. This plan of Walter's is really building our business. Walter says it will help any Sinclair dealer. You ought to try it, Dad. Your loving daughter, Sue.
Walt,